Dentistry is often seen from the outside. Smile and success and the fancy practice and the income and the nice car and the boat, the title. But like many professions, what is visible is not the whole story. Behind the competence, there can be exhaustion. Behind performance, there's anxiety. Behind the smile, there can still be pain and struggle. And that's why the Behind the Smile Virtual Summit exists. On May 22nd, I'm going to be participating and helping behind the scenes in Behind the Smile. This virtual event is focused on something that deserves far more attention: the mental health of dental professionals. If you're not in dentistry, it still might apply to you, but this first iteration is going to be centered around dentistry. So a lot of dental examples and things like that. But it's really about anybody that has a lot of responsibility in their life. People who are expected to be calm and capable and precise and pleasant and productive and resilient all at the same time. The load is real. But let's be honest. Many people imagine dentistry as a stable, successful, respectable career. And it is. And it can be if you don't feel like it is right now. But it can also include constant decision making, physical strain, emotional labor, financial pressure, staff dynamics, patient anxiety, perfectionism, isolation, litigation fear, business stress, identity pressure. Do I need to go on? And often people carry all of that while smiling professionally all day. Hence the name, Behind the Smile. Because sometimes the face the world sees is not the life the person feels. It's not weakness, it's human reality. But let me say something clearly. Mental health conversations can drift into two challenging directions. One is silence. Just keep it together. Push through. Other people have it worse. Stop complaining. First world problems. And the other is a performative cliche. Empty slogans, generic inspiration, social media therapy talk, shallow empathy with no real tools. Neither of those is enough. What we need is honest conversations, practical wisdom, and people willing to speak truthfully. That is why I wanted to be involved in this summit and what it offers. The lineup includes voices that are discussing hope and grief, transition, values, mindfulness, emotional struggles, and practical tools to get through your day better. Not because life is easy, because life is not easy, and pretending otherwise can get expensive. I've titled my talk Fuel or Friction, and it's going to be about how small daily experiences accumulate, and how tiny stressors become heavier than they should, how the stories in our heads can become fuel or friction, and how some people are not broken, they're just overburdened. The event also is supporting Hope for the Day, an organization working to make conversations about mental health more honest and accessible. So this is not only about content, it's about contribution to something bigger than yourself. So if you're a dentist or dental team member, you do not need to be in full collapse before taking mental health seriously. You don't need to wait for burnout to start having some self-care. You don't need to earn support through how much you've suffered. Sometimes the wisest move is earlier attention, earlier honesty, and earlier course correction. That is the real strength, not fragility. And if you're someone who appears to have it together, but quietly feels tired and cynical and numb and anxious and overloaded, you're not the only one. Many competent people suffer visibly. So if this is resonating, I'd encourage you to check out the summit. Listen in, learn, support the cause, and maybe share it with someone who carries more than they show. We spend a lot of time polishing the visible parts of our life, especially with social media. Maybe it's time to care for what sits underneath them too.